In Mississippi's heart, 1849, cotton towered over free dreams. Mississippi River bore more tears than water. Riverside Mansion, white columns, perfumed gardens, staged inexplicable tragedy, wedding banquet to collective wake. One January night, 17 Warren County elites died agonizingly, faces contorted inexplicably. Answer? Calloused hands of a woman who'd lost all, gained patience for justice on finest plates. Celia, cook turning spices to revenge, recipes to death warrants. Self-surnamed when refusing property status. Subscribe for forgotten histories. Comment location/first time. Riverside, 2,000 plus acres, muddy Mississippi banks. 1,848 summer sun, scorched white sea cotton rows. Warren's prosperity jewel, opulent house, famed table drawing. Jackson politicians, Mississippi merchants, county planters, inherited expanded by Colonel James Riverside, whip-thin, winter ice eyes. 340 slaves commanded iron velvet. Disciplined concessions beat pure violence. Fame, culinary rep. Visitors savored unseen woman's talent. Celia arrived 1829, 8-year-old from South Carolina bankrupt lot. Curious eyes, flavor aroma memory. Head cook, Mama Ruth, African-born, chain-brought young. Spotted gift, protected. 16 years. Spices secrets, fermentation science, swamp herbs mysteries. Ruth's ancestral medicinal knowledge, leaf root seed purposes, heal, sleep cause, some unmentioned aloud. Moon-dried herbs, people's earth secrets, pre-ships, pre-chains. Blood inherited, mother-daughter unstealable. Ruth taught read-write, winter nights diminished work, sand letters, recipe book words, plant discovery records, knowledge unstealable inheritance, read learn anything, right world mark, invisible thought, 1,845 fever. Ruth died. Celia head cook assumed, 24. Blacksmith Samuel married, 3 children. Thomas, 1,841. Mary, 1,842. David, 1,844. Larger cabin privilege, Celia's rep importance. Colonel indirect addressed via wife Rosalind. Pale nervous, embroidery laudanum time. Rosalind menus planned, mother-in-law book. Celia edible art transformed. Celia's kingdom, spacious iron stove, multiple ovens, trade river spices, shelves, urban rival pantry. 6 assistants team, self-trained. Sarah bread sweets, Hannah meats, Lily preserves pickles. Celia secrets kept. Pleasure-size sauces, texture perfect ham smoke time. Herbs combo, memorable broth, chicken simple. Children quarters lived, other kids with. Kitchen came, watch needed. Thomas 7, forge interest fathers. Duties allowed accompanied. Mary 6, plants curiosity mothers. Quarters near herbs collected accompanied. David 4, corn dolls played Celia rare free maid. Predictable rhythm plantation life. Slavery limits within stable relatively. Usefulness indispensable via family protected Celia. Reputation guarantee cook cell, never colonel. Extension family separate never. Cultivated security illusion, unaware slave life stability mirage. Whims moods absolute power holders, dependent always. Eldest son Addison, Natchez studies recent returned. 22, father younger crueler. Cold gaze same, age responsibility discipline without. College years diversions, power exercise defenseless. Overtaste developed. Assistants, younger at looked Addison noticed Celia. Father absent kitchen visits excuses. Girls busy kept appeared he, when supervision direct under always. Everywhere not could she. World time all Addison had. Unknown. Celia. Kitchen visits, brief children, her noticed Addison. Twisted mind amused. Opportunity saw innocent considered way in. Games just, they were. Slave children early learn, place world there needed well. Summer hot afternoons, fieldwork diminished. Property wandered, Addison entertain ways seeking. Slave children hierarchy obedience. Educating interest particular developed, lessons valuable considered cruel games creating. Appeared Addison quarters, tension growing sensed Celia. Children closer, pulled mothers. Eyes lowered men, renewed intensity working continued. Own children her that imagined couldn't she soon become, would masters young twisted attention focus. Kingdom small riverside, unwritten rules, hierarchies complex own with. Top colonel, family has followed, overseers white then, slaves internal subdivisions own finally. System this navigated carefully learned Celia. Cook position privileged, using family protect possible as much. Discover about two was she, protection, but shattered moment, single cruelty, casual and could illusion and was. 1848, autumn deceptive beauty Mississippi arrived. Golden tones oak leaves painting, harvested cane sugar aroma, sweet air filling. Year time Celia appreciated most when preserves winter preparation intensified kitchen work, abundant seasons celebrating elaborate more dinners became. October that morning, dawn before woke Celia always as, cold almost fresh air, veil ghostly like fields covered, mist thin. Began breakfast preparing house main for kitchen fire lit. She routine years many after automatic movements her. Forge for left already had Samuel. Quarters mattresses, straw small, their on deeply still slept children. The special promise day, the partnerships commercial possible, and techniques cultivation, discussing interested planters, neighboring group receive, would he announced had Colonel the dining fine accustomed men impress, would that lunch a best Celia's demanded occasion type, the property managed well and prosperous Riverside convince. Meticulously planned menu Celia had, sherry with soup turtle, sauceberry wild with duck roasted, mustard and honey with glazed ham, potatoes sweet caramelized of sides, almonds with beans green. Dessert for cream vanilla with pudding bourbon, famous her years over perfected recipe she had, and guests from praise draw, failed never that. Assistants her, supervising while pride silent moment herself allowed. Celia, Vicksburg or Natchez in establishments, best the rivaled that something into kitchen plantation, Riverside the transformed had she. Reputation social kernels sustained not only work, her family her for protection, relative also provided. Mastery with maintained to learn she had one, but balance delicate it was. Morning 10, around. Work during watch needed Celia. When did they as kitchen the inn appeared, David and Mary Thomas? Quarters chickens fed had Thomas. Eggs collect older women helped, had Mary David work serious for two still, and siblings older his help to simply tried had. Breakfast house mains from over left, bread sweet of pieces them gave Celia kitchen, near stay instructed them where supervise could she. Always did she, as rules the established Celia. Visible remains should children the siblings, younger his of care take, should Thomas off, wander shouldn't, and David, adult miniature like serious Thomas, understanding with knotted responsibility assumed, and siblings his for. Ere morning, the echoing laughter their courtyard, small, the behind play them watch Celia. Them for future different imagined to herself aloud she, moment A4. Learned had she as right and read to learn, could Thomas, perhaps? Survival beyond something, for plants of knowledge her use could marry? Perhaps. Property someone's being mean, automatically didn't black. Being where world A and up grow, could David perhaps? Dangerous knew she dreams they. Heart mothers a break could dreams. But children her offer to had she all they were, besides love and protection. Preparation lunch in quickly past morning, the noon had arrived guests, the wagons, simple in and horseback on arriving men, dressed well prices, cotton about voices, loud speaking and techniques, cultivation, dishes serving while door room dining, the of side other the from them here, could Celia satisfied and confident voices there. Success absolute was lunch, the guess the way the by tell could she dish each savored table it served, whose servants the through kitchen the reach that praise, the by impressed seemed guests demanding most, even that satisfaction with noted Celia. Special her of touchlight very only used had. She dished this in ingredients just come to as what for systems, digestive guests, the prepare to process the begin to enough. Success greater even was soup turtle thee. Toast a make to stood Riverside Colonel Cook is praising publicly skill, and guess the from applause A of round-up provoking. Door half-open kitchens that through discreetly observing Celia smile cold. Small A herself aloud. Interesting, get to began things course, main the during it was. Person each for error trial through dosages calculating weeks spent had Celia. Example for Thompson. Wilfred Colonel pork roasted them. A portion generous or received winter early. In autumn during collected had she herbs of combination, special A with season. Inexorable but gradual would affect thee. Heat of sensation, first then nausea. Growing followed convulsions by, and finally paralysis respiratory. Family slave separating habit the had, who Thompson Matilda for poetic more. Something prepared had Celia. Death before hallucinations, terrible cause, would that toxin A of dose, calculated carefully contained, dish her. Haunt her to returning victims, own her C would she separated, had she families the of despair, the feel. Systems nervous their attack would, that substances containing dishes receive sons. Thompson, the coordination motor of loss, gradual causing paralysis followed by power thereunder those protective failed. Had they as failing slowly, bodies their feel would they. Treatment special received Addison, Addison.